So there's a problem. Payne and me are losing players, teammates rather, and they lost their bases from day one. So the map is encroaching on them. People are dying left and right. What are they to do? Why, just, shack up with Maple. Like anything else you would think. So the latest episode of Bofuri saw a problem in the aspect of the day 2 of the events going on. People were scattered all over the place, and come to find out, the edges of the map are actually getting smaller and smaller, which apparently me and Payne have their bases on the edges of the map. I guess there's some tactics to it and some tactical aspects to it, so then that way you're on the edge of the map. Maybe if you're in an elevated area, you kind of look and see and check out the whole playing field. I mean, I see a strategy to it. But what they failed to realize was the fact that that won't last that long. So they lost their base. They lost several of their teammates, players, probably people we have not seen before or never seen, that are just spoken about. That's like, oh, these are people from my guild. We're 200 strong. We only see like 5 of them. Unimportant people. Afterwards, come to find out, the pseudo dungeon that Maple Tree made ended up being smack dab in the middle of the whole map. A proposal was raised to Maple. Why don't we have me's guildmates and Payne's guildmates basically come into our dungeon in Maple Tree? So that means that all the people that are in it used to be that there were enemies and other whenever they had a PvP event. This event apparently is not PvP, even though it doesn't necessarily give the rules, other than the fact that the rules were the max coins you can get are 10. You get 5 for completing it, so you only need 5 coins from like the bosses and such, things that drop the coin. As far as we can infer, there's no time limit to it. There's no like finite amount of bosses, like, oh, there's only 10 bosses in the whole map, but only, you can only get 5, so who's the first to get them? Apparently that's not an issue here. There's dungeons and bosses all over the place that are just extremely difficult because they're at the highest difficulty setting of the event. Like I said, we can infer that, oh, there's nothing against them teaming up because there's no limit to the amount of bosses that are out there. So everyone decides to team up together and, kumbaya it, essentially. But of course, yet again, like we talked like last week, hey, we're getting more people into this dungeon. Who are we to call to fix and remedy this? Our girl is, just like last week, the MVP of Team Maple. She yet again comes in clutch and comes in strong. It's like, oh, I need to make more rooms. This girl makes more cannons, more barricades, more traps, more rooms. I mean, they make whole divisions. Everyone's like, oh, this is Maple Tree area. This is, me's team area. This is Payne's Tree area. Yeah, it's coming in clutch again. And apparently she's the only one that's so good that can do this. As far as crafting for any of these guilds, you got Maple Tree, and you got these 2 other strong guilds, but apparently is the only one that's able to craft this much and do this much and protecting and protection for these guilds. I don't know. I mean, sure, I'll roll with it. So in this episode, a lot of cool things did happen. Me and Payne popped off, seeing their abilities against the monsters that try to invade the dungeon. They're using literally all the moves to get rid of monsters that are going to invade them, which inadvertently destroyed all the other traps and cameras. So yeah, that was a mistake. So after that, they decide, you know what? Instead of sitting back and waiting for monsters to come to us, they're going to go to the monsters. So everyone of all 3 guilds have decided to split up into 4 teams, north, south, east, and west, and just go conquer dungeons. So that's what the next episode is going to be about. But before we go, Speaking of things that popping off, let's talk about Maple here. If you look at these fireworks in the distance, you would think, oh, that makes sense. Someone's firing fireworks because all the teams got split up. So we gotta let people know, hey, this is what's going down. Meet me over here. Oh, but you can't bring fireworks or items of that nature. Then what's popping off like fireworks in the distance? That would be Maple, as she constantly, continuously flies into the air, gets shot up by syrup, and explodes herself over and over and over again, just to let people know, hey, guildmates, I'm over here. Now, not to damper this, I definitely would have loved to have a HP bar type deal to kind of see like how much damage she's taken from self-destructing herself over and over again. You know, even if it was minimal. But I guess we infer that she's taking like no damage here. But she just keeps blowing herself up. Enemies are attacking her while she's doing it. They blow up too, you know, and not a big deal. You know, what, you telling me you can't as a player blow yourself up and take no damage? What? Only Maple can? What? Seriously? Bro. I just can't believe this girl. I honestly can't believe this girl. Because who would think to do that? Like, her defenses are so high that she could just literally attack herself from her own pet attacking her, firing laser at her, up into the sky, and then she's self-destructing. And she's fine. And just do it over and over again. Oh, and then fall back to ground, hit the ground, and go back and do it again. Over and over again. This girl probably had to do it at least like 30 times. At least. Because that's all she did. Everyone got separated. People are going in the dungeon. Is going in the dungeon. There's people out there defending themselves against monsters. No, everyone is working hard to try to survive. What's Maple doing? I'm just blowing myself up and hoping someone comes over here. Oh my God. Let's just say it worked. And people are like, oh, hey, Maple. Oh, you blowing yourself up? Okay, well, since you're doing fine, I'm gonna go check on and find other people in my guild. Okay, bye. This is a great anime. It's funny. Weird things happen. GMs have no clue what they're doing. And they try things. And then there's Maple that destroys everything they try. Hopefully the next episode will probably be like they start fighting bosses and stuff, and maybe the final boss will come up, and then maybe that'll be towards the end of the season there. Make sure you guys like and subscribe the video, and stay tuned for more anime reviews on this anime and others like it. You guys be safe, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.